So what you'll learn in this video is how to create a plaza-like feel similar to this one, and how to actually set up the paths to do this. What you're going to do to create these big plaza curved areas is, if you go on paths, I tend to set this to the largest one, place one, hold Y and go to select grid. And then over the top of your grid, you just want to draw out whatever shape you want. So let's start with a bit of a square, and then maybe we add another section down here. We're going to leave a gap. This could be like a seater area. Come around here a bit, add a bit extra there. Yeah, I kind of like that shape. So come out of the grid version and you want to just highlight the corner. Click as if you're going to place a path and then remove it straight away, and that'll actually curve the outside. You can repeat this process to get these nice curves on the outside of your plaza. You can create these more wider areas. Then what I do for the middle ones is I just drop the width down, but then you're repeating the same process. So get it into a corner that will allow you to build, and then remove it. Like so. And you can create all of these different areas to sit however you fancy. Now, another thing you can do is, see how each of these four areas is highlighted? If I press Y to delete here, it'll open up an area within, so I can change it and add in another seating area if I so wish. Now this is a bit of a glitch to get these curves, so sometimes you'll get obstructed, sometimes you'll get sort of the red sides where you can't build, but the majority of the time where you can fit a path, usually diagonally, you'll be able to curve and create these more scenic plaza areas. Now if you want to get this down the outside of some water, the best way is to create your path first, then switch over to your terrain tool. We're just going to lower the size, and then actually build your, dig your terrain around the outside of the area you have already done. If you end up with a little gap like this, you just want to swap over to the flatten to foundation tool, make it a bit wider, and you can flatten that area. And then to get your water in, you're going to swap to the water tool and you'll see this little blue line appear. You click the height of the water you want and that'll go in there. So as you can see, you're sort of getting these big curved plazas. You can put them by the water side, and if you wish to try and flatten off and smooth some of these edges, you can swap to the smooth sculpting tool. And if you hold A as you're drawing around and following around the outside, it'll sort of smooth some of the jaggedness that the original tool did. And it'll just make it a bit more of a curved feel. Now, of course, your characters are going to freely walk over all of this area. And then what you want to do with the middle section is probably choose some scenery pieces. For instance, the Undertakers. And you want to place this as far onto the grass as you can, because you don't want the character to sort of walk through the scenery and spoil the illusion. So you want to place this as far off the path as you can. What's probably better to do is to create your centerpieces and parts from scratch, but if you do want to use the scenery tools and preset blueprints, you totally can do that. So you create a sort of an outside area, maybe you could have all your shops lined up on one side, and then in the center section what you can do with this is, if we jump into create and we're going to go to the props and center pieces, no, actually what we'll do is we will go and we'll place some benches. So we'll go to the benches, create, and these benches then will sit on the outside of the areas you've reserved for potentially like plants and more raised bed areas and stuff like that. And all you do is continue to use the scenery tools. I've got a filter on, so I'm just going to turn my filter off. Continue to use the scenery tools to fill out your areas, and you'll get be able to create these big open path plazas. Hope that helps you in your build today, and I'll catch you in the next one.